The fun fact, this is actually going to be my second time recording this video, because the first time I recorded it, I honestly I didn't expect it to be as long as it was. So I was going to pretty much reply to most of the comments from my last video, regarding like Smokepot Rogue, Gold Gear. However, like I said, I realized that the video ended up being a bit longer than I anticipated, so I decided to split them up into two. So this one is going to be about Gold Gear. But it's not specifically Gold Gear. More so, it's going to be about all the crybabies who complain that Gold Gear's so OP and Gold Gear's ruining the game. And just to preface this, as I don't know, like, I mean, cause it's funny, because clearly none of you ever looked at any of my other videos. Just a few days ago, I made a video about Gold Gear, where I said I thought Gold Gear was probably a bit too strong. I thought crafted gear in general, a bit too strong. Could definitely be nerfed down. Having access to free legendary items that you can pick your rolls on is just a little bit strong, and I don't think it should happen. I think, I went pretty in depth. I talked about how good gold cloaks were, how I thought they were like, how I thought they were way better than any other cloak, and these shouldn't exist because it's kind of like it makes it so every character needs to wear them to be BIS. However, with that being said, I don't think that has anything to do with the things I'm about to say, and I don't think that has anything to do with the people that cry about gold gear. Because I'm just going to be completely real, and I'm going to make a lot of people mad when I say this, and this video is going to upset a lot of people. All of you people complaining about gold gear, and wham, gold gear's ruining our games, wham, getting chased down by gold gear teams. Two things. One, we are at the end of like a 3-month wipe cycle. We are almost, what is it? It's like, what are we, like almost 3.5 months into a wipe now? 100 days, give or take, into a wipe, and do you not expect to see gold gear in most lobbies? Not to mention, gold gear isn't even hard to get. If you're like somebody that knows what they're doing and plays the game, and you spend the time, it's like 5 to 8 hours, you can go from level 1 naked to a gold kit in a day. I don't even mean getting lucky and killing a gold team. Just mining the gold and making it yourself. You can get a gold kit in a day. And we are 100 days in. Like, yeah, sure. I mean, people are like, oh, well, not everybody has time to do the quests like you because you have no life or no job. Okay, you don't have time to do the quests. That's fine. You know why? Because you can just make the money. Let's look. Let's go golden cloak. Can't spell. Let's go, look, golden cloak. See, this is the best part, is you can just buy stuff on the market. Like, look, this right here. 2 good roll golden cloak. Oh, actually, my bad. It's 2 off. Sorry. This right here. If you're a magic character, decent. This one, decent. Most of these aren't going to be that good because they're early on. But 3,900 gold, it's not that expensive. Let's look. Let's go look at gold ingots, right? Let's just look. Let's say you were mining gold to sell gold ingots. You could sell them for 300 apiece. 300 apiece. A golden cloak is 4,000 gold. That is 13 ingots, give or take, that you're going to have to sell if you were just mining ingots to make gold or doing whatever else. And then golden cloak is the only gold piece of gear you need. Because let me just show you guys something. See, this is honestly, I just think this is kind of sad, and I think it's really, really funny. So let's look. So we're not gonna put a single piece of gold gear on. I'm not gonna put a single piece of gold gear on. Let me take this off. I'm gonna put on all purple and blue gear. Grim Smiles, if you count those as gold, I mean whatever. I'll go over it in a second. So purple, 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 crafted blue, purple, and then purple, purple. These are Grim Smiles. If these technically get crafted with gold, but they're not golden gear in a traditional sense. So this is without a single piece of gold gear on. I have 171 HP. I am 102.9% move speed. 5.3 action speed, that's whatever. 21.5% fizz power bonus. Let's look, what is this? I could equip a tattered cloak. 175, 23.5, 103, or 102.9, it's basically 103. This is not a single piece of gold gear equipped. And my kit is still insane. Let's say I were to equip this gold cloak that has 3 good rolls. You know what happens? I gain a little bit more HP. I gain a little bit more move speed. And I gain a tiny bit more fizz power. But you know what the difference is? If people see me with this right here on, with this gear set right here on, and no gold cloak, they'd run at me and fight me. If they see me with this right here on, they're going to run away from me, or they're going to team on me, or they're going to hide and try to third party. Just because they see a gold cloak. Why is that? It's because people are terrified of gold when they see it. They see it, and they just, oh my god, he's in gold, we can't fight him, he's just so much more geared, gear gap, and they just want to cry, and cry, and cry, and that's how most people are, and that's how all of you that are in my comments saying, Gold Gear's killing this game, Gold Gear's killing this game, that is the type of player you are. And because you're that type of player that whenever they see something that they think is way too overgeared, they never try to fight it. Because there have been people, I've had a game recently, the other day, I was playing Ice Caves with a friend. He was a gold bard. I was pretty much in a kit exactly like this. All I had was a gold cloak. There were 2 teams in really good purples. Like, I'm talking like not quite this level of purples here, but just a tad down. But they were all good kits, all HR level, demigod level kits, right? All kits you could beat gold gear in. They 4-man teamed on us, VoIPing, oh, we gotta get the gold team, get the gold team. Because they are that scared of fighting a gold team. And you know why? It's because they are not good enough to overcome a small gear gap. I've literally just shown you that this kit right here, not a single piece of gold gear. Oh, so this is like, let me go over this. Just out of rips. So this is crafted. Tri-pelt doublet. This is crafted. Let's go look. Taylor, you can complete just the first quest. You have access to tri-pelt. So no excuse here for, oh, I don't have the quest unlocked, I can't do it because I'm not a Giga Sweat that plays 24/7 like you. This quest can be done in, what, 2 runs to hell? You could just, if you play solo or duo, you can wait for ruins to roll around on the rotation. Go to hell. You can complete the Demon Berserker and Demon Bat in 2 runs. 3 if you're unlucky. Skeleton Mage, you can do that anywhere, anytime. Then guess what? Bam, you have access to Tri-Pelt Doublet. Where is it at? The Alchemist, after you complete his 2nd quest, you get access to Grim Smiles. Let's look at the first quest. Turn in 3 of each potion. That's easy. 2nd quest, 5 Skeleton Mages, 10 Wisps, 5 Goblin Mages. You can literally load in naked, run and kill these and leave the game and do it. That's easy. And then you have access to crafting Grim Smiles. None of those quests, you could do all of those quests right there that I just showed to get access to Tri-Pelts and Grim Smiles in 3 hours, maybe 4 if for some reason you're unlucky, like really unlucky. But chances are, it's only going to take you about 3 hours, if not like, less to do those. And then you have access to everything here. And then like I said, this kit without that gold cloak is still insane. If I ran in with this, you know what would happen? I would still run people down. I would still clear lobbies. You know why? Because that's the thing. Gold gear isn't actually that much better than good purple gear. You know what the difference is between gold gear and really good purple gear? Let's look. This gold gear has 1 more roll than my purple gear. They have the exact same base stat, and it has a 1.5 magic damage reduction. The only real difference between gold gear and purple gear, other than it having 1 more roll, is that you can pick the rolls you want, or you can wait for them to roll around. However, you want to know something that's really, really funny? So these right here, they're both very good. This has triple damage rolls. This has Agi Max Health Fizz Power. Honestly, for my build, for Slayer, I like these right here a bit more. Yes, I do think these are very good. However, I like these just a little bit more. You know what the difference is? These right here, I bought off the market for 750 gold. If I wanted to buy these off the market, I would probably spend about 7,000 plus gold. Literally 10 times the gold to get things that just aren't as good. Or to get things that at best are they're either even or slightly better depending on the build you want. But so that's the thing that people don't realize. People are so petrified of gold gear that they were like, can't even comprehend that, oh, we could fight these guys, or like, they're not that much more geared. They would rather die to them or run from them and then cry gear diff than actually try to beat them. And because of that, these players are never going to get better. But it's just, I'm so sick and tired of hearing people cry and cry about gear gap. Like my latest video, so many comments are people like, oh, the real problem is all the gold gear teams ruining this game, clearing lobbies. Like, no, that's not why. They're not clearing the lobbies because they're in gold gear. They're clearing the lobbies because they're the best player in the lobbies. That's the thing. If you look at any streamer that runs gold gear, me, Pashi, Rek, Apollo, Amel, Repose, Promo, Retzi, Juye, any of those streamers that run gold gear, do you think if gold gear wasn't in the game, they would just like be awful and they wouldn't be killing lobbies the same way they are? No. You know why? Because they've been doing that for months. Even before this wipe, even before Gold Gear was introduced, they've been doing it for months. Because if you weren't in Gold Gear, you know what they would be in? They would be in Purple Gear. That is just as good. The only exception is the Golden Cloak, because obviously the Golden Cloak has 3 which is something you can't match. However, every other piece is something that you can match. And now, with the marketplace, you can just go on here and you can search up and you can buy specific items. So it is easier than ever to get really good gear to match that gold gear. Before, it was, you have to sit in trade chat and try to look and try to snipe it. Now, literally anyone can search up an item with the specific rolls they want and buy it. It is way easier now to get really good gear with the rolls you want exactly. That isn't just crafted gear. Now, like I've said, I do think crafted gear is just a little bit too strong. However, my main issue with crafted gear isn't that it gives people a giant advantage that's not, like, that you can't overcome. It's the fact that it's too easy to get. And then, yeah, like you say, well, some people are like, oh, it's not that easy to get because you have to do quests. Okay. Over a 90-day wipe cycle, you can't, kill one boss 10 times. Like, let's see, like, this quest, right? Like, over, it's funny, I don't even have access to it on this character because I can't even see it because I haven't done the second quest. Let me swap to my main character and look at it. Where at? Like, like armor. Like, over a 90-day wipe cycle, you won't kill Lich 15 times. Or you won't kill Ghost King 10 times. That's literally, like, you could do less than one boss a day. You could do it less than what, like one boss every 3 days? 4, 5, 6? Like, you could kill one boss a week and still finish it by the time you get to the end of the wipe. And that's the thing, is if you're not even doing it that much, how can you expect to unlock it? That's something I think is really funny that I've seen a lot of people cry about. That's something else that annoys me. So this is like a little spoiler alert. If you don't play the game and you don't actively try to do the quests, why should you be allowed to unlock the other things? This is a reward for people that do the quests and grind the game. And then people are like, oh, well, I don't have, 8 hours a day to grind it like you do. I just showed you that you can do literally one boss run a week and still finish the quest. One. Sure, maybe you get like stuck on Spider Silk or something, right? Because it's a low drop chance. However, there are ways to make this higher. Go HR Goblin Caves. Take a luck pot in. Go get luck gear. Be a bard. Whatever you want to do, right? There are ways to increase the odds of getting this. And this right here is just a matter of time. If you kill one Ghost King a week, you'll finish this before the end of the wipe. And it's so ridiculous about the crime that people do. I have never, because people are going to be like, because I already hear the comments like, oh, that's all you do is cry. That's all you do is cry. Yeah, but the difference is when things I'm crying about are things that need to be said. When I go on here and I make a 30-minute video talking about the state of the game and how bad it is and how Smokepot rogues are a cancer upon demigod level lobbies that just ruin the experience for anyone that's actually trying to play the game, that is a lot different than you guys going in the comments saying, oh, you're an idiot, rogues that's a fun playstyle that they should be able to play the game however they want, they paid for it, like, you don't get to tell them what to do. Gold Gear is the real problem, all these Gold Gear teams clearing lobbies. No, it's not the same, because your crying is stupid and you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, it's to the point that I'm pretty sure some of you, the only people in my mind that could ever defend Smokepot Rogue are two people. One, you're someone who's never had good enough gear or never played at that level where you see it and have them stealing your gear. Or two, you're a Smokepot Rogue yourself. Nothing else makes any type of sense to me. There is no other way, because I refuse to believe that any of you have been there, killed a gold team, and had 3 Smokepot Rogues run up, steal your gear, and run away, and be like, oh, yeah, it's really cool. Glad those guys are having fun. No, that's not what you did. You complained, and you bitched, and you moaned about it the exact same way I do, the exact same way every single streamer that plays this game does. And that's that's something else. It's people just like, oh, you're the only one complaining. Like, it's just, you're just crying about this because, you can't kill rogues or whatever, the classic fighter player. Pull up any person's stream. Pull up Repose's stream, watch it for 15 minutes, and you will see at least a few Smokepot Rogues in their game. And the funny part is, those guys play on delay. I've seen them play on 15 minutes of delay and still get Smokepot Rogue. I watched his stream earlier. I popped in there for 5 minutes. They had a fight with another gold team. One of them died. They had a res right beside them. One of them grabbed their guy's stuff, stepped up to the resed him, came back down. One of the bodies they just killed completely looted. Clean. Because they didn't instantly loot it. And so I'm not going to get into talking about Smoke Pot Rogaton. I wanted to keep this video about gold gear. But yeah, I will make that separate video. But at the end of the day, the thing is, all of these players that cry and cry and cry about gear diff and that gold gear is way too OP, we can't do anything, they're just running our lobbies, wah, 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 there's gold gear, there's a gold team in every single lobby, wah, wah, wah. No, there's not. Are there a lot of them? Yeah, there are. Is it when you load into the lobby and you see a gold team, is that just game over for you? Is it GG? Can you not do anything? No. No. If you're in like blues and purples, you can kill them. Just play better than them. But that's a thing. That's something that a lot of people don't want to. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that they can, because the thing is they can't. And it's not because that gold gear is so OP that you have nothing to do. It's because the players just aren't good enough. Just plain and simple. Because you could see people going 0 to hero. So one of my friends recently did 0 to hero. Literally within the first like 3 hours, they had killed a full gold team. And this is from starting like, a naked character. I watched Apollo playing Slayer Fighter. He's not even a fighter player. He's playing Slayer Fighter in a mid kit at that. Killed a full gold illusory wizard team. He killed, where am I on Trio High Roller? Where's it at? Let's go to wizard. He killed this guy here, Benj H. He killed this guy right here. Full gold. Wizard, Warlock, I think Ranger or Bard team? The guy had an illusory. They were in like bad blues and purples. We're not even bad, like decent blues and purples, like mid blues and purples. They killed a full gold team and got an illusory. Why? How did they do it? Not because they gear gapped them, not because they were in gold gear and their gear is way better, because they played around it and they third-partied them and they played the correct way and were able to kill them. That's the thing that a lot of people don't want to that's the thing a lot of people don't want to admit, is that they're simply just not good enough, and they would rather cry about a gear diff. They have to look at themselves and look at their gameplay and be like, oh, maybe I just played that bad. Maybe I'm just not good enough to beat these guys. Because is the gear diff there? Yes. But does that gear diff make it impossible to beat somebody? For example, if I put this golden cloak on and I gain 5 HP and 1.7% movement speed, do I go from, oh, I'm perfectly killable normal character to immortal demon god king? Like, is that what just happened when I equip this gold cloak? Is that what just happened? A perfectly normal killable character, nothing unusual here. Oh my god, we have to run away. He's unkillable. He'll kill us all instantly. W key, gear check, stat check, OP, god king. Is that what happens when you like a gold cloak? When I put on a gold cloak? Because the thing is, I'm showing you right now that I'm running. Don't get me wrong. This is a very good kit. Yes, but the point is that if people weren't wearing gold, they would still be in really, really good kits. And all these people that you complain about, oh, they're just stat checking lobbies, they're just W king with gold gear and wiping lobbies, they would do the exact same thing in purple gear, because at the end of the day, those players are better than you are. And that is a fact. But alright, I'm going to end the video there. Honestly, I didn't even really have a point in making this video. It wasn't like, anything constructive. Honestly, I'm just really tired of hearing all these people cry, because they actually act like just little children whenever they see like a gold team, whenever they died and somebody's in gold, and they just want to cry and make excuses for the reasons they lose. But in reality, 99% of the time, it's just because they're not good enough. And there's nothing wrong with being bad at this game. Everybody's bad at some point. You have to, but the problem is there are two types of bad players. There's a bad player who wants to improve, and there's a bad player that's complacent. And whenever you die to a team that's more geared than you, and you just cry gear diff, nothing I could do, you're the type of player that's going to be complacent, and you are never going to improve. If you're somebody that's like, you're actively trying to beat people, even though there's a gear diff, and even if you die, because you're not always going to beat them. Like, sometimes, you're just not going to play good enough, or they're going to play better. Because that's the thing, is whenever like you have a gear diff applied, it's if you're better than them, yeah, you could beat them. But if they have better gear and they're a better player, obviously you're probably not going to, unless they make a giant mess up, which is possible. It happens. I've seen gold teams die all the time. People way less gear than them. People that weren't a single piece of gold, because they either got outplayed or they just played poorly. That could happen. However, if you're like still trying to fight these teams, sometimes you're gonna win and you're gonna improve. Fighting people that are more geared than you makes you have to play differently. because you're like, you can't just run at them and kill them. You have to actually think and play correctly and put yourself in a favorable situation to win. And if you do that, you can beat anyone. Anybody that's more geared than you. It just happens. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna sum it up for the video here. Thank you guys for watching. I can't wait for the comments. I know a bunch of people are gonna be crying. I think it's gonna be comedy. But with that being said, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.